As we look at the tools that are in the NeoTA toolset, one of the other ones that's in here that's worth looking at is the Trading Cube. And the Trading Cube is a visualization of stock symbols and the qualified trends and mean time to failure, along with some other information regarding that stock. So if we put a symbol in, we pop up the cube, what we can see is that for each of the 3 time frames, for the stock, the sector it's in, and the general market, we can see the qualified trend of that, in this case stock. In this case it's confirmed bullish, which is the green, suspect bearish, which is the red, and confirmed bearish, which is also green. So green is confirmed, red is suspect. What's the difference? Suspect has a lower probability of trend continuance than confirmed does. And so when you have a suspect trend, it usually has anywhere from 2 to 4% lower probability of continuing for a longer period of time. What does it mean to be a longer period of time? Well, if we click on that and actually bring up, in this case, let's get up this, when I clicked on it, what happened was it brought up the weekly chart. If I click on bearish, I'll get the weekly chart. What I was trying to click on is the little MTTF below it, and what that does is it brings up the MTTF chart. And what this says is that for this time frame, weekly, we are 23 bars into a bearish move. That means that the probability that this bearish move is going to fail is about 60% now. Usually when it moves, and by fail it means it's going to trend transition. It's going to change from bearish to something else. And if you think about it, you go from bullish to sideways to bearish, bearish to sideways to bullish. So if you are going to change this trend, it's going to move to sideways initially, and then it could come back to bearish again, or it may move the opposite direction and actually change and head bullish. But we're 23 bars into it, 60.7% probability of a failure. When it gets up into the 70s, certainly the 80% range, it has a higher, very high probability that it's going to end. In this case, that would be about 10 more bars before it got to the 80 range. 10 more bars, 10 weeks. And so it would take another 10 bars before this really got into the nosebleed range. That's how you can look at MTTF. When it's young in the trend, it has farther to go before the probabilities increase that it's going to fail. Looking farther down the list here, there's a couple tables. One has to do with trends, and this is just a qualified trend transition of the last 3 events that took place. And so if I looked at this particular chart, and I looked at this time frame, I can see here that on the short-term time frame, it went from on these particular dates, it transitioned from bullish to confirmed, so suspect to confirmed, and confirmed to sideways. And if I look back up here, I can see the sideways trend that's currently in effect now. I can also see the support and resistance zones, how important they are, 1 being the highest, 0 being the lowest. And so the strongest support out there right now is this particular one. I can also get some fundamental data regarding this stock. For example, I can see dividends and revenue growth and short interest and things like that. So that's the Trading Cube. That's how you use it. It's a very convenient tool. It's a snapshot view of the qualified trends of the stock, the sector, and the general market across 3 different time frames.